I'm delivering today. The other party rewarded me with 500 yuans. Let me keep a secret. It closes in for minutes, and I happen to be free to deliver. I only have a hunch that it will be a terrifying night. He ordered a large pizza. Ask for crispy. Put more meat on it. The pizza weighs too much, causing the bottom of the box to sag. I took him out of the restaurant. I heard a dog in the distance. I guess he must have smelled meat. It's about 45 minutes by car, and that community, usually not covered by our services, but we're the closest pizza place to him. The most important thing is that this order amount is high, so our boss readily agreed to deliver the goods. Every extra layer of meat on top costs 20. The price of this pizza, bought by this customer. You can buy 3 regular pizzas. Looks like a meat lover, but in the 2 years I worked here, I've seen this kind of weird thing happen a lot. I thought at first, it's just a little out in the middle of nowhere. I drove my car down that road. There is a small group of houses there. I feel something is wrong. There are no street lights. I have to drive slowly with the high beams on. There's no light around. At first, I didn't think he was particularly out of the way, because it is not far from the nearby suburban residential area, only about 10 kilometers. The houses are also very similar to those in residential areas, but there are very few street lights and signs there. They're very far from each other. I don't know this area, but the navigation can be found here. The description is not particularly biased. I parked in front of this customer's house. This building, the house is no different from any other house on the street. There are 4 houses on each side of the street. The street extends to where there are no houses, but I can see what looks like a street lamp in the distance. In the dark, I look around. I looked at it. This place is occupied by 8 houses. There's nobody else. I got out of the car holding a pizza in my bag. As he was about to walk towards that house, I heard movement behind me, and I turned around. I saw a woman from across the street, rushing across the lawn in front of a house. She was wearing a white t-shirt and panties. Something spilled on the clothes. She panicked and fled, so I presume it's blood. I don't think he sees me, just running for my life, hiding from the people in the house. That person probably attacked him, but then he saw my car. I didn't turn off the engine before I turn around and call him. He got into my car and sped away, and I stood there, the open door across the street. Suddenly, it was closed heavily. No one came out to chase that girl. No one came out of the other houses either. See what's going on. My phone is in the car, so I can't call my boss to solve it. What happened? Can't call the police. I had no choice. Just keep doing your job. And I turned around. Take the sidewalk that leads to the customer's house. Maybe they can give me an explanation. Or can I use their phone? I knocked on the door. The back door opens in seconds. I didn't see anyone appear, and it was pitch black. I can't see anything but the threshold, but I can still feel someone inside. He opened the door. I feel like he's staring at me, analyzing me, because what happened just now has lingering fears in my heart. I stammered out a sentence. Introduce yourself as a pizza deliveryman. But he must have seen my uniform and pizza box too. But no one responded to me. The weight of the pizza is starting to make my arms a little sore. The amount of meat piled on the pizza is real. It's too much. They didn't pay online. I chose cash on delivery. So I told the other party the price. Then lean against the door frame. Keep my body out of the house. The darkness outside makes me feel dangerous, and the darkness in the room made me even more terrified. After a while, there was still no answer. I became more and more afraid of my surroundings. So I said something you don't want, and I left. But I don't want to walk home with something so heavy. I don't want to lose my job. I started to turn around, but a whisper keeps me where I am. The sound came from inside the house. Sounds like it's close. I didn't catch what he said, so I ask what you just said. The money is under the stone at your feet. Get it yourself. Give me the meat. I looked down. I saw that stone, the decorative stone with a hollow bottom. People often use it to hide keys. I knelt on the ground and lifted the stone. Found a few $100 bills. Well, one is enough, but the amount is too large. I can't find it. I only have one piece of change on me. I didn't lie to him. I haven't taken change out for a long time. Do you have a smaller amount? Take it all. It's compensation for the trouble. Also regarded as a reward for keeping secrets. Give me the meat. You may feel Russian coming in the dark. Would sound scary. It will send chills down your spine. But it doesn't sound like that. He sounds hungry, like an old man who hasn't eaten in days. I didn't feel threatened. I took the money and thanked him. Then I hand the pizza into the dark. I thought there would be a pair of trembling. The old hand reaches out and takes it away. I hold it hard, just in case this guy's hands are shaking with hunger. But nobody came up to get the pizza, but caught by some invisible force. Now, my hand was gently torn apart from the box. Then I saw the pizza float into the darkness, until it disappears completely from sight. I would like to express my gratitude to this customer again. I don't want to stay too long and be annoying. Then he turned and left the porch. But I remembered my dilemma. Go back reluctantly. Do you have a cell phone that I can borrow? Some girl across the street took my car. It will take me a long time to get back to town. When making this request, I wasn't looking directly at the house, lest the other party think I am hostile. The people in the room did not speak for a while, but something in the dark makes me feel like the people inside are considering my request. Ask, the girl you're talking about is a guest of my neighbor's. Well, our people here don't interfere in other people's business. But if you just want to go home, do not violate the privacy of others. Then I can. Pause the car. But you must promise me that you will not help the thief. Just get in your car and go. Can you promise me? I see. Something bad must have happened across the street. Customers want to ensure the privacy of this matter, but also to protect their own privacy. The woman looked really miserable, afraid enough to steal a car, rather than asking for help. My conscience doesn't allow me to comply with the customer's terms, but I still agreed. If I could meet her, I'm still going to help her. Nice talker, very satisfied. And he thought I agreed. I didn't know what was going to happen, but a hand reached out from the darkness. 4 fingers with gloves, stretching out of the darkness. And the 5th is basically the thumb thing, hanging there without strength. This part of the glove is empty. It was a black leather jacket, 4 fingers pointing to the distant street stop. After a while, shake the palm into a fist. After staying for a while, finger is loose. The hand retracts from the air. Back in the dark, you will find your car at the end of the street, but it will take some time. After finding it, We will abide by our agreement. Go straight home." I said thank you, but before I could turn around, the hand appeared again. This time, I took out a bundle of $100 bills. "Thank you for keeping this a secret." I took the money, put him in another pile. Pockets bulge. I thanked him again and left the house. I glanced at the house across the street. It's the building where the girl escaped. There is nothing unusual on the surface. I keep going, walk past other houses on this secluded street. Each building looks normal from the outside, but there is a gloomy smell. It's kind of creepy. Cold back. It took me an hour to walk down that street. I found my car. I found him parked on the side of the road. The front of the car rests in a small ditch. The headlights are on. He stopped in the middle of the car. I walked cautiously to the driver's side. When I look inside, and I was stunned. What I saw from the driver's seat was horrific. I have watched countless horror movies in the middle of the night, but I've never seen anything so dreadful. After a considerable period of time, the fear just subsided a bit. I can't see any damage to that car. The engine is still running. I looked carefully at the position next to him. Try to avoid looking at him. Then I found that there is still a lot of gasoline in the tank. There is no indicator light. Any problems with the operation of the car? He just stops. After the change of gods, I know I can't report this to the police or anything that happened that night. Tell my boss. I carefully lifted him out of the car, put it in the gutter by the side of the road. He has no identification on him, and given his condition, I can't describe his face either. When sitting in the car, I remember the stack of money in my pocket. I take it out, draw a 100, throw the rest on the road. Holding that money will make me feel bad. I don't need revenge to keep a secret. See what that woman looks like. I'm scared enough. The 4 fingers with the gloves on, over a distance of a few kilometers, crushed the woman's head. You can call me a coward, even accomplices. But if I let it out, my fate will be the same as that woman's. I'm afraid to name that room, the specific location of the child. I won't reveal it anyway. And I drove off, leave him and the money behind. After returning to the restaurant, I used the navigation problem as an excuse. Explain why you came back so late, and handed the 100 bill to the boss. If you like this story, please click like. If you don't like this story, please click subscribe to the channel to watch the next videos. Thank you.